Hello and welcome to episode 59 of the Entropia Universe report. Only 10 more episodes to hit that magical number, which is universally loved by everyone, but especially by people who like to laugh a lot and to have fun. By the way, I started a Stellaris playthrough as a xenophile last night. The idea behind that odd choice was that I would explore the galaxy to find a lot of new friends rather than do my usual shtick of exploiting and exterminating anything and everything that is not a space sloth or a space gecko. That fanatical xenophobe ethic does have rather powerful bonuses after all. 40% reduction for the influence cost of new outposts and 20% to pop growth are both extremely useful unless you play in a galaxy completely packed with alien empires, and even then the pop growth speed boost is huge. On the other hand, fanatical xenophile only gives 2 extra envoys and 20% boost to empire trade value. This is alright, but nowhere near as powerful as the pop growth and reduced influence cost for outposts. Anyway, back to my latest playthrough. I started the game excited to meet new Tentacle monsters to play with and sell my goods and services to. I am a megacorp after all. I think being a megacorp is the way to get the most out of fanatical xenophile ethic. Anyway, I was positively ecstatic when I met my nearest neighbors. And then I noticed they were fanatical purifiers. I still love them, but the only trade they are willing to do with me is exchange of live ammunition, and the only service they are interested in is providing vacation with the death camp experience tagged on. I guess I will have to beat them into submission and force a government change before we can become best buddies. Oh well, if that is how it has to be, then that is how it will be. Anyway, I think I should get back on point and get into the Entropia Universe stuff now. I do not quite remember the exact state of my avatar skills and hit points in the last week's episode, but I can tell you this. I most likely had plans to sit somewhere and blow soap bubbles up my arse while I craft explosive projectiles, one blueprint or hunt pleaks, or while I do some other very cheap activity. Instead of doing that smart stuff, I just took off from Cyrene or wherever I was at on Tuesday morning and went to get my PEDcard's asshole resized by a bunch of angry Atroxes, which is exactly what happened. Atrox loot was utter garbage and I ended up flying to Cyrene with the idea to stay there for next few weeks. So naturally I was back on Calypso hunting Atroxes and getting my PEDcard demolished on Friday evening. Although the Friday night hunt was not nearly as bad as the Tuesday hunt. I even logged into winning the highest single loot event on Big Industries Land Area 42. Although the sad part is that even with that 100 ped I won, I was still at a loss. If I remember correctly, it was a 174 ped Atrox Global that won me the event. I was hunting at the land area for a few hours with only one global before the event started. So I guess I got lucky that the globals to get my return back up a little started rolling in after the event started, and one of those globals happened to be of a decent size. And nobody else got lucky enough to hit a bigger one. Still, that hunt was nearly 200 PED loss, which I now have to earn back somehow. Hopefully I can stick to doing the smart and profitable stuff for a while longer this time around. The positive side effect of my Atrox hunts, though, was that I now need to hunt down only about 3.4k more Atroxes for my bronze mission. It is starting to look like I might actually finish it in time. At least I should be able to if I can pull off a bunch of Atrox hunts with low loss or even an odd profit here and there, rather than charge in like a retard hoping to clear the remainder of my mission in one sitting, because the most likely result of doing that would be empty PEDcard and couple thousand Atroxes left to kill for the mission. So I will be trying to complete the Atrox bronze mission by doing few hundred Troxies at a time and focusing my attention on other in-game activities in between those hunts. I should still have nearly 2 months to finish the Atrox mission. Anyway, all that hunting helped me swing over 350,000 total skills and reach 234 hit points. So I am only 10k skill points and 6 hit points away from reaching my goals for this year. With some luck and a lot of effort, I might actually get there before the September update. At least I assume that there will be a version update in September. Either way, it would be nice to reach those goals early and make a lot of progress towards whatever my goals for the next year will be. By the way, my main short-term goal for now is to complete my collection of 10,000 rare Pleek wings so that I can finally grab that one stamina point. I still need to collect roughly 3,200 wings. Anyway, I have been sitting at 14 stamina points for ages now, and one of the main reasons I am even trying to finish that Atrox bronze mission are the stamina tokens it rewards. Once the old iron missions go the way of the dodo, the opportunities to get more stamina tokens will be drastically reduced. And if the codex comes to other planets this year in a similar fashion to Calypso, then it is possible that there will be no more attribute tokens to gather anywhere aside from any missions you might have unlocked prior to that update and can complete before they get removed on that particular planet. I kind of doubt that planet partners will manage to persuade Mindark to add attribute token rewards to Codex for their mobs. If they had any plans to do that in the foreseeable future, they would have done so on Calypso already, I think. Anyway, that is about everything I have to say concerning my avatar's progress and plans for the near future. Of course, my plans tend to change rather fast, because I am a moron. Either way, it is now time to go over the Deed&Share payouts for the week from Monday 6th of July to Monday 13th of July 2020. I still do not own any CLDs and it is most likely going to remain that way for the foreseeable future. However, I do have some Arcadia Underground deeds, Arcadia Moon deeds, Crystal Palace shares and Ancient Greece shares. Let's start with the Arcadian deeds. Arcadia Moon deeds paid out their usual one payout of 1 pack per deed during the course of the entire week. I guess it is better than no payout at all, but it sure ain't good on a deed that costs 60 PED in the webshop. By the way, they still have not sold out. but I do wonder how much they will be selling for on the in-game market once they do sell out and become tradable in-game. I cannot imagine people buying them at anywhere near the original retail price unless they start paying a lot more by the time that happens. Arcadia Underground Deeds, on the other hand, are still doing fairly decent, like almost every week. They paid out 4 times, and while 3 of those payouts were for 1 pack per deed, the remaining 1 payout was for 2 pack per deed. I know it is nothing special, but I would say it is a fairly decent payout for the week when the summer migration started on Calypso. Ancient Greece shares paid their usual diddly dick, a big fat 0. Recently I had a comment on one of my videos where the person speculated that those special event mobs everybody hunts in ancient Greece might not contribute to payouts, and that maybe the proceeds all go to Mindark directly instead of the planet partner. That could possibly be the case, although now that I have had more time to think on it, I think it might be just the case of planet partner's cut of the action being very low for any turnover from avatars that were not born on that planet. And I have no doubts that most, maybe even all the avatars grinding for Gorgon armor were born someplace other than on Next Island. Maybe that is why we are seeing such poor performance from Ancient Greece shares. They only distribute 50% of whatever the planet partner's cut of the profits from Ancient Greece are among the 750k shares, so I would say the turnover down there probably needs to be far higher to pay out anything than the turnover at places where the shares and deeds pay out a flat percentage of each player's total loot that is deducted from said loot as a tax. I mean, if you go to Crystal Palace and you loot a total of 1000 PED from the mobs in taxed areas there while paying a 5% tax, you contributed 50 PED towards the share payouts. But who knows how much of a turnover there must be to contribute 50 PED towards the Ancient Greece share payouts. Anyway, let's go over the Crystal Palace shares now. They paid out 2 pack per share today, which is fairly normal for them. However, something unusual happened recently in regards to Crystal Palace shares. It looked like someone bought out all the shares that were priced at less than 32 PED one night. By the time I noticed it, the cheapest stack available was already down to $27.99 per share. So naturally I made a sell order for most of my shares at 27 PED. But of course this was just a temporary spike that will most likely not lead to any actual increase in the price. After all, the market history shows that Crystal Palace shares were not selling at those high prices anyway. The highest they sold for was at barely 23 PED, and that was only 1 share. So I am not expecting to sell my shares at 27 PED anyway, but I thought it was worth a try, so I made that order. Either way, at the time when I took my footage for today's video, the cheapest stack was already priced at 20 PED and 5 pack, and it seems that suddenly everyone and their grandmother is trying to sell their shares while the price is up, which is having the effect that the price is slowly going back down towards where it was before. To conclude, my loot was poop over the week, but I made some nice progress in my total skill count and hit points. Hopefully I can avoid punishing my PEDcard any further this week and stick mostly to the small mobs and other cheap activities while I recoup at least some of my losses from Atroxes. By the way, I say this fully expecting that I will be complaining about how I could not stick to my plan next Monday. Do not forget to tune in then to find out whether it happened or whether I had to make a surprised Pikachu face because I actually managed to stick to what I originally wanted to do over the week. As far as deeds and shares went over the week, there were no big surprises other than someone potentially trying to manipulate the price of Crystal Palace shares, although I guess it could have happened naturally too, considering people were not selling them much lately. If there was just a small amount of them available at kind of normal price and someone was desperate enough to buy a bunch and then buy that one single share for nearly 23 PED. But I personally am leaning towards this being a willful attempt to manipulate the market value of CP shares. But who knows, sometimes people do weird stuff when they play Entropia while drunk or stoned. Whatever the case may be, it is time for me to end this episode. Thank you for watching. I wish you a pleasant remainder of the day, and please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I look forward to reading them. Also, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. Thank you.